The crowd is alive, and with good reason. It's the NFL playoffs, the best time of the year. And off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returned. It's an opening touchback. First and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup. Fresh set of downs.
Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. He'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Well, after the nice run to start the drive, why not go back to the well and try it again? And that's exactly what they do. Have to imagine at some point now, the defense tries to change their look.
He'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run, and here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Bears first down.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on 3rd down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Every team in the NFL wishes to come into each week's game and win the line of scrimmage battle. And in this case, I think it's pretty clear which side is winning. Great first drive, primarily all on the ground.
They'll stay on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse. This is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, trying to find some place to escape, and there was none. A big loss on the play.
I'm not sure if there's anything more enjoyable for a football player than playing a game in the snow. And something for us to keep in mind throughout the rest of the day is typically the advantage is in the favor of the offense. You know where you're going. You know where the cuts are going to come. The defense has to react to you. Can they find a way to take advantage?
Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. On third down, it's Williams from the gun. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Oh, looked like he mishit it. He missed that one from short range. No good. And this will stay a scoreless game.
Defense, one stop.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 80 yards. It is a touchdown. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Sentinels will jump out to a 7-0 lead here on Super Wildcard Weekend. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They'll come up here, first and 10. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. Off play action. Here's Williams. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And we've seen this throughout the entire game, Mike. These receivers are having a hard time uncovering against this secondary. You force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Comeback route, and he's got it. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, The ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll go again with Hall. I fumbled the football. And the defense has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be taken down up around the 24-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Right back to him on 1st down. And a short pickup past the 25. Second down and 8. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. That's caught left side by Otten. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
These curl routes. He's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. We'll try the right side this time. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. So after 1 here on Super Wildcard Weekend, it's a close game early on. We're back to Soldier Field after this. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. London brought in motion. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Here comes Otten in motion. Handoff here, up the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Another big-time run right here, Mike, and it's pretty clear for everyone to see what the plan is for this drive. It's to turn around and continue to feed the back, because right now, the defense has no answers to stop it.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. On the bootleg, it's Williams. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
The Bears are going to have 1st and goal as the tackle's made at about the 5-yard line.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
A run on 1st and goal.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Here comes Otten in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Bears. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. He'll look to throw. To the right side here, pass is caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Running right. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Jaquan Brisker there to bring him down. Back to throw. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And this turns out to be a nice return as he is out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's shoved out of bounds and probably loses a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Bears sending out their punt team, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Another run here with Hall. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. Talk things over before third down.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
3rd and 9. Williams in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. They get 16 on that connection, and that will be a 1st down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. Third and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
That is not going to do it. Tried to bite off a lot with that one. It's no good. And the score remains tied at 7. Now, this looks like a design run. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Williams to throw on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Now, deep ball for London. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. All right, Coach, thank you. The snow continuing to fall as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. Who survives? Whose season continues on to next week? One half to decide it. Time for the third quarter of the NFC Wildcard game. Here's Hall from the pistol. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you can have two or three that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
First down, they go right back to Hall. And this time, they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's second down.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. On third down, they'll throw from the gun. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. They'll try to run.
This play should always end up converting a fourth down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Quick throw taken in. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's over the middle. Taken in by Laporta. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They give to Hall. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. Give up the middle with Hall. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Sentinels. Bates now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Sentinels will move out to a 14-7 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Start on the ground. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. From the shotgun, it's Williams. To the tight end, Otten with the grab. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down. Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
Second and 11. Now Williams. That is intercepted. Picked off by Derek Forrest. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
They'll run. This is Hall. Not much happening there. Just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Williams in motion. Handoff. Here comes Hall. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
So 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. A run here with Hall. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. He'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 13 yards and a big exhale as they convert on 4th down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
2nd down and 3. On the give, it's Hall. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Sentinel. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Sentinels will take a 21-7 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
Jump offside. Right up. Keep pushing the ball downfield. Oh, push him down the field. Offense.
To throw, it's Williams. Open man downfield, it's Addison. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. A short one there to Otten. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. That's a gain of 18 yards.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll try to run this one in. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down. Here's a run. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. Here comes Otten in motion. On 2nd down, a run. Well, how about a reverse instead? And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal.
6, baby. Get 6. Defense can't stop. Down like a lawnmower, baby.
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown. And instead, the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 12. Give up the middle. Room to run. Past the 15. Down the sideline. Past the 40. Inside the 10. And he is gone. 99 yards. It's a touchdown. Wow, one of those breathtaking plays, taking it the distance, going coast to coast. A long run pays off with a touchdown.
And Mike, what looks like a simple handoff, just trying to pick up some yards and get themselves out of the shadow of their own goalpost. He got through the initial wave, and he is gone. He takes it the length of the field for 6.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. We'll see a return here from his own end zone. They get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Williams. This one is caught by Addison. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40. So a big one there to start the drive. An even 40 yards. Williams going to look to throw it on 1st down. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able...
That one going to be intercepted in the end zone if he stayed in bounds. Now the officials say no, it is incomplete. Crisis averted for the offense, at least for the moment. A near turnover there. He's going to try it here again. To the end zone. It's intercepted. And it'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. A give. Here's Hall. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
He'll go again with Hall. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
So it's a win for our visitors as they are moving on. They got into the playoffs as a wild card. They get the win away from home in the opening round. Now they'll regroup and get ready for the divisional round next weekend.